Miami that I actually had him lower than the other player from Miami at this position that we've already talked about, Duncan Robinson. We have Tyler Herro, who, if you valued him in the regular season, you probably consider him a better. You probably consider Robinson a little bit higher, but again, Herro played a very very important role of that Miami team that made it to the NBA Finals, and he played an important role even in those NBA Finals.
Yeah, and I mean that's just really what it came down to. Where, of course, if you just look at the numbers flat, you could argue that Duncan Robinson is just as good. And then when you look at the numbers in terms of efficiency, that Duncan Robinson is better. The big thing with Tyler Hero was he's even admitted it in himself. There's been a lot of interviews with other players. Was the Heat really only gave him trust whenever it actually was the bubble. And whenever Jimmy was actually, they were at the rest of him, and if he was down a game, and it was really Tyler and Duncan guys like that they had to go to. And Tyler
Yeah.
was the one who stepped up, and he made shots to not only win games, but he had consistent over 20 point per game performances. They knew that he's a guy who on any given night could give you a really, really good performance. And when you need a shot being made, he's going to do it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, across the year, only 13 points per game. But in the playoffs, there's a whole other story. It went up to 16 automatically in the playoffs, and it's a guy too for a shooting guard who rebounds very well. He had 4.1 in the regular season, 5 in the playoffs as well. So that's why I think there could even be potential for him to move to small forward in the future. Also at 3.7 assists. So it's a guy who everywhere I just feel knows the game of basketball very, very well. He knows how to get open. He knows where is the best spot for him to take shots, and he's very confident that he's going to make them when he has to take them.
And that's why he ended up higher than Robinson. I still thinking that next year they're still starting Duncan Robinson come regular season. They're probably still having Hero off the bench. I still picture that happening, and that's why I had Robinson a little bit higher. But no, you're right. You hit the nail there. Hero played very well in the bubble. They gave him they had confidence in him to hit the right shots, and he stepped up and he hit the right shots. He played very well in the playoffs. He was a very very important part of that run. He'll learn a lot from playing under Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is, I don't know that both Robinson and Hero have raved about him as a teammate, but I think that they're going to learn a lot from Butler by the way he plays defense. They both already shown that they're both solid defensive players. Hero, I'd probably even give him the edge in that category, and he really did show in the playoffs that he was a fantastic player.
Yeah, it's just I feel like I said, because they actually have that trust in him now, that over an 82 game season, or sorry, it's going to be a bit less this year.
72.
Yeah, but over the entire season, I think him actually having that trust and being able to be that consistent guy, like at minimum, I think he's going to be able to put up that 16 points per game again, and to be able to be a 16, 5, and 4 guy in your second year in
It's
the
great.
league, and he's a pretty good 3 point shooter. And we know he's going to hit a couple game winners this year. They're going to make the playoffs. He's going to have a chance again to show it. And it's a guy who's already has an NBA Finals appearance. Where we talk about so many players, like the Atlanta Hawks, for example, John Collins, where as good as they are, it hasn't contributed to wins. Tyler Hero is clearly contributing to
Yeah,
wins, and that's why he finds himself so high on this list.
and good on him. He can even keep going up.
Absolutely. Like I said, if we see a 16, 5, and 4 year from him
Oh
next
yeah, he'll go
and
up
he shoots
for
from
sure.
38 to 40%, it's going to be a very real conversation if he's a top 15 player shooting guard or not.
And I can't agree more, and that's why that Miami team is just set for the future. I hope that they don't go out and give up Hero and Robinson and give away their future, because just those two players alone right now they're showing that they're in their first and second year, that they were already great players and that they have so much potential. Hero even more so because the last year was his rookie year. He stepped in right away, and even though he was a very very good playoff lock of a team, on that Miami team from the beginning with a couple of vets there. People like Jimmy Butler. He was found a way to be impactful all season long. And as you said, he only, even with that being, he only actually gained the trust in the bubble, only gained the trust in the playoffs. And then whenever he was given that trust, he did really take advantage of that opportunity. So definitely Tyler Hero, great player.
Awesome.
Uh, Moving on from Tyler Hero,